Hi everyone, I'm Lulu from Plants by Lulu and welcome on my channel. Today I'm going to repot some plants. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and let's go! Before I start the repot, I want to thank you all so much for the comments you left on my last video. That one was my Monstera story and you guys were so sweet in the comments, and also some of you shared their own story, and I want to touch upon two things during this repot, so that's the plan. And again, thank you so much for your kind words, and all of you are so nice and so sweet, so thank you so much. Okay, let's go to the repot. I have 4 plants I want to repot. This is one. I don't know if you remember this plant, but oh, leaves are falling off, but this is my variegated hibiscus, and I think 2 months-ish ago, maybe 4 months ago, I repotted this one already, and as you can see, he kind of grew a lot in the time. And with the hot days at the moment, he needs water every day, and that doesn't fit in my schedule. So I want to pot him in this pot. This is the only big pot I have, so I want to pot him low, so I give him a bit more space, but I can repot him then again. That's my plan for the hibiscus. Then I have the pepper plant that I got from friends, and as you can see, there aren't that many leaves and there are not any flowers or fruits on it, and that's because for him to produce fruits he needs a much bigger pot. So this plant with the warm days also needs everyday watering, so I want to put him in a plastic pot, and it's kind of almost the same size, but this is terracotta, and I hope that when I put him in plastic he dries out a little bit less. So that's the plan for this pepper plant. Then this was also a gift from one of our friends, and I think I once mentioned this in a top 5 video, but this one is in this pot for a year I think, and as you can see I cut him up here since I did it because he was like 3 times what he is now, and he became too long, so I cut him up. And what happened now is that he only kind of produces small leaves, and I don't know why. I think I'm gonna kind of repot him, kind of see what his root system is, and I have the planning to pot him up in this one because I got this plant, and I will get to its name, but I got this plant in a swap, and they're all, well, except the hibiscus, those 3 all stand in the same window. And first I wanted to put this one in this one, but that doesn't make sense as this one is smaller than this one. So I guess I will put this one in the blue pot and this one in the kind of maroon pot. So let's begin with the hibiscus. Yeah, so first of all, I don't know if you can see it, but he has a lot of yellow leaves. So first I will prune him, kind of. He also is tied to a stick, but that stick is too low, so I'm also gonna get him a new stick. Now I'm going to cut up the rope I put on it. Okay, this was the last piece. It's not a lot of pot if you see the plant, so we're gonna change that. Ooh. The roots look great. The roots look great. So the first thing I wanted to bring up is that I think I mentioned it in the Monstera video, but I got a lot of comments on different videos with people asking me how the leaves on my plants are getting so big. I just thought I would say it here because I can message each one individually, which I would probably do, but I will also, you know, mention it here. I have the pleasure of having a southwest facing window. So I already knew I wanted to have my cacti in the windowsill. Also, I couldn't put smaller plants that also needed a lot of light there. So those are standing on our dining table, facing the window. So those plants are like 1.5 meter, maybe 1 meter from the window. So that is basically how the leaves are getting big, because they get a lot of sunlight. In the summer they get from 1 p.m. till about 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. sun. Full sun. If the sun shines, full sun. So what I would suggest, if you have the opportunity, just put plants next to a south-facing window. That's basically my advice. And in a year you will see they're growing steadily. That's, I think, the most natural option. And of course you can opt for grow lights. I cannot say which ones or if they really help. I think honestly they would help if they would have lights in my style, in my decor style. I 100% would buy them, but a lot of them are very modern and my style is not really modern, and so I wouldn't necessarily buy them. This is him potted up. The soil is still here, so that's, I think, a bit higher than I expected. I hoped to have it here, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, the stick is in it, and now I can kind of tie everything up. I am sweating so much because it's still warm. Okay, let me see. I'm going to let the lower stems kind of push out, and I will show you in a minute. Okay, I have here 2, here 3, I have here 1 and here 2, and on the other side are also. So those are the smaller branches, and it's not worth it to redirect those because, well, why would I? As you can see, these 3 I want to tie also up, but they are too short at the moment, and also these 3, but those are too short at the moment. So I'm gonna leave it for now, and I hope he is happy now. Then we have the pepper plants, and I guess also the next thing I want to discuss or to say. Someone said something about having skills, and that's something I want to touch upon because I disagree with calling it planting skills. Oh damn. Okay, this is why he is not really doing a lot. He is severely root bound. I have never seen, honestly, I have never seen a plant this root bound. Okay, well, explains a lot. A lot of friends and a lot of family and a lot of people I'm just meeting are kind of saying, oh my god, I could never do that, I don't know, I don't have a green thumb. Even people with a lot of experience, I think even people with 20 plus years of experience will make rookie mistakes or like simple mistakes, and that happens. Yeah, it's this one. I'm very happy with how it looks now. So in my opinion, I think that it's not necessarily a skill. I think you can get better, and when you gain experience and gain knowledge, you can actively work on it to change it in a skill. I think that's possible, but I think it starts with experience and knowledge. The more you have experienced, the more you have learned. And then you can kind of still make the same mistake, but you know why it's happening and what you could do to prevent it. I think I mentioned it before, but I had a very hard time explaining to my boyfriend how much water every plant needed, or like every group of plants, because I don't know. I just do it with a feeling. I knew somebody who gave very little water, but every day. And so the theory is, if you give too little water, the water will not end up at the roots at the bottom, so it doesn't get sufficient watering. But because she gave every day, the soil kind of continuously distributed the water that she gave. And for some people that doesn't work, and for some people it does. For me, I tried that method. It definitely doesn't work. Because one, my house is different, the climate in my house is different, and two, it's just not something I am confident in. And every time I tried, I think I tried it 3 or 4 times, the plants I tried it with died. So I knew that's not a method for me, but for her it worked. And so I think it's not really, again, about the skill, because I don't think I have skill. If somebody would ask me how much water do you give them, or how many times per week would you water them, I can't answer, because sometimes I water my plants once in 14 days, and sometimes. So this is this one. This is, by the way, a yuzu lemon, which is the Japanese citrus tree that has mixed the orange tree with a lemon tree. So I'm very excited. They say that in about 15 years you can get the first fruit on it. So this is like for the long haul, but I think he's very cute. So this is very interesting. I'm not seeing a lot of roots, but funny enough, there are, but you don't really see them. I'm just gonna pot him up like this. And for this one, I'm also not gonna pot him up high, but more downwards, so he can grow into the pot, and then I can again repot him in the same pot. I think even if you're so-called skilled, you can make the stupidest mistakes, and that's okay. Those are my thoughts. I also think it's not that serious, so yeah. Don't take my rant too seriously if you're not thinking about it seriously. If you are thinking about it too seriously, where you're beating yourself up, don't do that. That's the lesson for today. The soil's still here, so I'm very happy with this and it's good. And on this note, and with the last plant, I would like to end this video. I hope you like these types of repots, where I just discuss some things that are on my mind. If you did, please hit the subscribe and the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Doei!